Hey guys, welcome back to my channel Sugar Reach. I'll be doing my February TBR. So before I get into the books I want to read for this month, if you are new to this channel, please don't hesitate to subscribe down below as well as hit the notification bell. But I'm very excited to dive right into the books I'm hoping to read for February. And for this time around, I'm actually going to be using my computer as like I did for January, because I will be using the Wheel of Names since I am still unpacking. I had a little setback with my furnitures, so everything is still in boxes in terms of my books. I have my bookshelves that are just there. I haven't built anything yet, just because I'm still waiting on one furniture to be delivered. Hopefully, it was supposed to be delivered today, but I think it got delayed, so it'll be delivered tomorrow, and then I need to build it. So with that being said though, I am trying to get everything organized as soon as possible, but before I can do all of that, I'll be using my Wheel of Names. And yeah, we'll see how this goes. I feel like this TBR video is gonna be a little bit messy, but anyways, it's fine. I'm using my Wheel of Names. It worked perfectly fine in last time, so I'll just continue on for this month. But as always, I have 6 prompts that I am hoping to get through. And just a quick update on my January TBR, I actually managed to finish all of them pretty early on. I'm actually reading books for some of other things, like I have a few secret TBRs and I have a few book club picks that I did not mention, and it's taking some time. Like, I'm hoping to get through more books this month already. But anyways, let's just get on with the books I'm hoping to read for February. So I'm just gonna spin. So my first prompt is going to be LGBTQ+, if you guys can see it over here. And let me go find a book, or at least think of a book, and I'll be right back. So I am back with my first pick, and that is going to be Ace of Spades. I am very excited for this book. I've heard really good things about the book so far. I just know that it's a mystery thriller, and it does feature like LGBT+ characters. I don't know how they're in this book, or if there's like a romance in there, or if they're just characters who identify as such. I have no idea, but it does say that it is. I looked on Goodreads to double check, but I'm excited for it. I've heard good things, like I said, and yeah, I cannot wait. I don't want to go too much into it because it's a mystery thriller and I try to keep it super vague. I just know that it's set in some sort of like boarding school or some sort of like academy, like private academy situation. But yeah, I'm excited for this one. All right, moving on to my second prompt over here, and that will be, okay, so it's gonna be dark academia. And I have a few on this list that I'm going to get through. Oh, actually I have a perfect book. Okay, let me just double check this book and I'll be right back. Okay, so for this one, I have a really good one. This is actually in my top 22 books of 2022 that I'm trying to read. So I'm very happy to like get a head start right away. And this one's gonna be Plain Bad Heroines. I'm very excited for this book. I've heard a lot of rave reviews about this book from a lot of other influencers, like book influencers. So I'm excited to get into it. I'm not sure too much in terms of what this book is about, but it does say over here that it's set in 1902 at this school for girls, and it follows these 2 girls, Flo and Clara, who are obsessed with each other, as well as a daring young writer named Mary McLean, who is apparently an author of a scandalous best-selling memoir. And so to show their devotion to her, they end up establishing some sort of private club, and they call it Plain Bad Heroine Society. So that's kind of like all I know about this book so far, but something happens where the school now closes its doors 5 years later, and things kind of happen. People like die mysteriously, so it definitely seems like a mystery thriller with some dark academia vibes for sure. But I'm excited for it, and yeah, I cannot wait. I do have an audiobook, so I'm excited for this one for sure. All right, moving on to my third prompt. Hopefully it's a good one. Okay, this one has indigenous protagonist, so I'm trying to read a lot more like diverse books this time for this year, so this will be really good for that one. I will have to think of a book for this one, but I will be right back. All right, then for this pick over here for my indigenous protagonist, I am going to go with Trail of Lightning by Rebecca Roanhorse. I have had this book for a really long time. It also seems like a very thin book, so I'm excited to get into this one, but all I know is that this is a post-apocalyptic book featuring a Native American teenage girl. It says over here that the world has drowned and there is some sort of apocalypse, and this one girl, her name is Maggie, and she is a monster hunter, and the small town somehow needs some help with finding some missing girls, and Maggie is apparently their last resort. So things happen, obviously. I'm very excited for it. I've heard really good things from this book, and I've just been sitting on my bookshelves for quite some time now, so I definitely need to pick this up soon. Okay, moving on to my fourth prompt over here. Let's see. Okay, this is an easy one, and that is a book of the month pick. So that will be a super good, super fast, easy. I need to remember which books I have, but I have a lot that I haven't read yet from book of the month, so I will be right back. So I end up being really excited for this book, and that is Get a Life Chloe Brown as my book of the month pick, because this is another one that's on my top 22 books. So I'm very happy to actually tackle a few of the books, not just one, but a few of them from that list into like right from the bat. So I'm very excited about that. All I know is that this is a romance, and yeah, like that's really all I want to know. But it's supposed to be like really adorable. I heard that the relationships between the couples are like really good. So anyways, I'm just very excited for this book and definitely cannot wait to pick this up soon. All right, moving on to my fifth prompt, and that will be, okay, it was so close to one that I really didn't want to get, and thankfully it went to this one, and it is under 300 pages. I definitely have a few books in mind for this for sure, so I have to like go through my Goodreads right now to see which ones I have, so I'll be right back. Okay, so for this one, I was trying to find a book that was under 300 pages, and it was really hard finding one that, like, I don't know, I just couldn't find it on, like, I was looking online and I just couldn't find one. I know Trail of Lightning is under 300 pages, but I am not going to be using that book for this, obviously. I will be going with my manga of the year. So I am actually going to be attempting to finish the entire manga series for Bleach, mainly because the last season, the last arc of this entire series is actually going to be adapted into an anime at the end of the year. So I'm actually trying to like rewatch the anime right now, and so I figured what better way to try to catch up as well, because I feel like I'll be done with the series like very soon. Like I already started like a week ago and I'm already on episode like 60 or something. So I feel, and there's only like, I mean, not only, but there's like 360 episodes or so. So I will get through that very fast, and there's still a lot of time between now and October. So what better way for me to start just trying to like catch up with everything with the actual manga as well. So I'll be reading Bleach Volume 1 for this prompt. And finally, we are at my last prompt over here, and that will be, let's see. Okay, this one over here is a POC representation. So I feel like, I mean, like I said, I'm reading a lot of diverse books this year. That's kind of my main goal. So that's really good. I'm going to have to look for a book or think of a book, and I'll be right back for this one as well. Okay, then for this last prompt over here for POC representation, I'm actually going to be reading You Reach Sam by Dustin Thau. All I know is that it's about a guy, his name is Sam, who I guess like they're supposed to have their future planned out with his girlfriend named Julie, and they're supposed to move out soon out of their small town to go attend college. But then Sam dies, and obviously she is grief-stricken. But one day, while she's still processing everything that's happened, she ends up, you know, wanting to hear his voice one last time, and so she ends up calling his phone number just so she can hear his voicemail. And for some weird reason, he actually ends up picking up. So even though there's no like second chance for the relationship, there is a second chance for her to say goodbye to him properly, and it's just harder for her to let things go now. I'm so excited for this. It sounds so adorable, and actually this is also 300 pages. Why do I feel like now that I picked a book, everything I find is like under 300 pages? Anyways, point is though, I'm very excited for this one. And the cover is so pretty. This has been on my list for so freaking long since I saw this cover. Like, I honestly thought this came out back like somehow last year, like in the summer, but apparently it just came out like I think a month or so ago. But yeah, I finally got a copy of it. I'm so excited for it. I cannot wait to read this. But yeah, like I'm very excited for this one. Anyway, so those are all the books I'm hoping to pick up for February. I definitely have some really good reads, and I cannot wait to just like go through my books finally and start like picking out the books physically, because at the end of the day, like I'm still better at reading it physically than I am reading as an ebook, which is what I might end up doing for some of these. I can't find them, and I obviously don't want to do that because I'm just not good with ebooks. But I'm excited for these books. Let me know down below which books are you guys planning to read for the month of February, and if you have read any of these books, let me know what you guys thought about them. But as always, if you like this video, please do give me a thumbs up. It really does help out my channel. And if you'd like to see more content of me, please don't hesitate to subscribe down below, as well as hit the notification bell. But as always, if you follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.